and half Hebrew. And we're gonna have a little bit of an emphasis on different body types, so that we'll kind of get the vinyasa going from a different angle. So let's see how you guys are up for it today. Start sitting in Sukhasana. So you put the mid of your calf one across the other. You should move the flesh from the forward one. And then place your hands on your knees and sort of just use that lifting, pulling of the hands so that you can lift your front body up. And find a soft gaze right in front of you. And then just close your eyelids. Let them fall down. Bring your awareness to your back. Bring your hands behind your hips. Roll the outer shoulders away. Open the heart. And then pull them down. Allow the breath to come between your shoulders and ribs, ribs in the back of the heart. Bring your hands in front of your heart, prayer position. Saying Om one time to start the practice. Inhale. Release your hands to your thighs, bow your chin down, look within. Turn yourself to the front of the mat if you're not already facing that, and then come all the way forward to Adho Mukha Swastikasana. So the feet are already placed in the pose, and then you just walk your hands forward and pay attention because you want to lift your front body, roll your shoulder blades back like we were doing yesterday, and then walk them forward. And again, lift your front body, press your back shoulders inside and walk your hands forward until you reach the top of your ability, and then release your forehead down to the mat. So you want to allow your body to really kind of open up in this pose, however it is possible for you. Maybe you can't go so much further deep. So you want to use something so you can lean on it. Maybe a chair. I have this small shlafraf that I use, but I think a chair would be easier. So you can really just press your hands on the chair and allow this to happen. So bring a chair next to you. Now and for after also. Then slowly come up. Bring your hands behind in interlace opposite, and bring the opposite foot in front. And the sikul. Lift the flesh away and then walk your hands forward. Prepare your body first. So you have a long back, and then you lift your front body and walk forward. Long back, connection to tailbone to the mat, and walk your hands forward until you reach the maximum of your capability at this moment, and release your forehead down. And notice what's going on in your upper thighs. There's this willing or הגוף כאילו מהר מאוד נענה לצורך הזה ללכת קדימה. But you don't want to let the whole body come forward. It's just the front body. And the back body and the tailbone need to be really rooted and connected to the mat. And use every exhalation to clean your body from inside deeper and deeper and deeper. And then on an inhalation, come up. Release your hands, come forward into tabletop. So find whichever way is good for you, whether it's coming forward or just coming from the side. And then on an inhalation, lift your heart up, look up. Exhale, tuck your heart between your shoulder blades, look into your belly button. Inhale, open your heart. On the exhalation, tuck your toes, lift your knees, come to downward facing dog. Walk the dog for a moment to shift the weight between one foot and another. כן, מעבירים משקל בין עקב לעקב, והמטרה כאן זה לא ללכת. You're not supposed to be this jogger that's walking fast. That's not the point. The point is to get awareness into the heel. So as much as you can, press the heel to the mat and notice what's going on in your sit bone. Should be a straight line, so your hips shouldn't really fall to the side. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Hold it there for Uttanasana. Holding opposite elbows, lift your elbows in the side of your ears, tuck the middle of your spine inside, lift your heart, and then come forward and down. Lift your heart a little bit more, lift your chin, and then come down. Release your hands in the side of your feet. Look at your feet, look at your toes. Find awareness to your heels. Find connection to the heels, but shift the weight a little bit towards the sole of the feet. המשקל הוא על העקבים, ואנחנו מסיטים אותו לכיוון כריות כפות הרגליים. And then walk your hands forward. Again, Adho Mukha Svanasana, כלב מביט לאחור, downward facing dog. Lift your front spine in. Bring the flesh of your back down towards your tailbone. And then walk your hands forward into Uttanasana. Again, once more, holding opposite elbows than you did before. Lift your elbows in the side of your ears and then come all the way down. Pressing the heels to the mat, lifting the tailbone up, spreading the groins to the side. לפתוח את המפסעות האחוריות, מפסעות קדמיות ואחוריות. And then release your hands to your hips, lift your chin, chest, and come all the way up to standing. We're going to stand in Tadasana. Bring your hands to your side, and just for a moment, lift your right heel and pull it back, but pull it back from the arch, from the big toe, and then all the way through the arch, and then press the heel down to the mat. Don't be so hasty to lift your left foot. Find the difference between right and left, and then lift your left foot from the arch. מהקשת של כף הרגל, למתוח את העקב לאחור. כמה שאפשר, and then release the heel to the mat. Bring both hands in the side of your body, hands in the side of the hips, but move them a little bit back. כן, ידיים טיפה מאחורי המותן. And then bring the awareness to the back of the leg. להרים את האור על גב כף הרגל. Lift the flesh up from the calves, from the front chin, from the knee, from the thighs. Spread your fingers. Bring the pinky finger down. כן, הזרת, למשוך אותה למטה, זה מוריד את השכמות. Lift your heart. Tadasana. Find the center of the heel and press it down. מרכז העקב לדחוף למטה. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift both hands up. Exhale, come forward and down. Straight back three, שאיפה. גב ישר, lift your front body, tuck your tailbone in, tuck your back shoulders in. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, walk, step or jump. Plank Chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Open your heart up to Adho Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, and then into downward facing dog. Hold it there for 4 breaths. So this quick vinyasa, the sun salutation, every time we do it, it's a way to get a little bit familiar, getting some movement, awakening the tapas, the energy, getting deeper in the poses, finding how it is today to meet the pose, mentally, emotionally, physically. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Hands to the knees, look up, stretch up, straight back as much as possible. And exhale, bring your hands to the mat. If you need to bend your knees, bend them. Inhale, lift your heart up, come standing. Exhale, come all the way forward and down. One more time, the whole vinyasa. Lift your heart up. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Walk with the other feet back. Or if you're jumping, then jump back. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Adho Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Looking up with your heart, not with your gaze. And then downward facing dog. Tail moving laho. Adho Mukha Svanasana. If it's really difficult for you to hold the dog, bend your knees, spread your buttocks to the side, and then press your heels to the mat. You don't have to bring your heels to the mat, but if you feel like your elbows are falling to the side, that we don't want. You want to straighten your elbows to hold the mat from two sides so you can really pull back. Sometimes people that have a lot of muscles, because of the muscles, their hands are getting actually shorter. So you want to do the yoga practice in order to lengthen your body and your mind. Lift your right foot forward and bring it between your hands into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. I'm going to turn facing this one. The left foot is on the back side of the mat and lifting with your left hand coming up. Bring your hands to your hips and straighten your right foot. The right heel is in the same line as the left arch. And then we're going to press from the right sit bone. You're going to press it back towards the left heel. Bring your hands to the side and bend the right knee. Get the left thigh soft and in so that you don't push away, okay? Sheifa, and then exhale, come down. עצם הישיבה הימנית דוחפת לכיוון העקב השמאלי. The right tailbone, the right sit bone, pressing towards the left. Inhale. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand either on the thigh or on a block or on the mat if possible. The left hand turns the left thigh towards the ceiling. Straight the left hand up and then bring it over your head. Again, the right sit bone is towards and directed towards the left heel. לכוון את עצם הישיבה הימנית לכיוון העקב השמאלי. יד שמאל מעבר לראש. Lift your front body. Don't collapse to the back. לאסוף את עצם הזנב. להרים את השרעפת צלעות. And then straighten the right foot. Trikonasana. Sheifa. Again, press the right buttocks towards the left heel. Find awareness in your right foot. And then come up on an inhalation with your left hand. Hands to hips, bring your right foot in. Feet should be parallel. Vastarita Uttanasana. So feet are parallel, toes are one towards another. Bend the knees, tuck your tailbone in, and then strain the knees. Lift your front body, lift your tailbone in from the back, bringing it in and up, in and up, in and up. Open and spread your chest. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, come forward. Bring your elbows up. Stay in a 90-degree with your chest parallel to the mat. Shift the weight to the outer edge of your feet. Lift your toes, spread them, and release them back down to the mat. Lift your big toe. Leave your big toe up. Lift your knees. And then bring your hands forward underneath your shoulder blades. ידיים מתחת לשכמות, spreading the weight between the two hands and 2 feet, כן? רבע, המשקל על כל אחד מהאיברים. And then lift your front body, tuck your shoulder blades in, tuck the middle of your spine in, and come down again with full awareness to your feet. Open your back foot, press the heels to the mat. Leave the big toe pressed, but lift the inner arch. And then lift up, bring your hands to your hips, come up. we're going to turn the left foot to the outer, to warrior two, the left foot. But try to turn it from the inner groin, again, so that the whole feet will be turning outside and not just the feet itself, the whole leg, sorry. Connection to the right foot. Maybe you need to have a bigger gap between your feet. And then from the left, sit bone, which is behind me, I'm pressing that towards the right heel. כן? עצם הישיבה השמאלית יורדת לכיוון העקב הימני. And then we're bending the left knee. Soften the right thigh. Bring your hands to the side. Look to the left. שאיפה. לרכך את ירך ימין. Exhale, come down. Direct the left sit bone towards the right heel. אם אנחנו מכוונים את עצם הישיבה, when you direct it there, then your buttocks won't be sticking out and you won't fall on the right foot. It's kind of showing you which way you want to go with your body. And you don't go too much to the left. You're staying in the middle. Inhale, look to the left. Exhale, get deeper on your left thigh. 2 more breaths. Come on, let's do it. Inhale, soften the right thigh. Mia. Exhale. Get deeper on the left foot. Inhale, and then go all the way to the side. Bring your left hand either on a block or on a mat. Why did I not bring them closer? So bring your left hand there. Turn with your left hand, your hip towards the sky. Take your right hand up. Again, find the connection between your left sit bone and your right heel. If you can't figure out where the sit bone is, maybe your tailbone is easier. So that the whole buttocks is turning towards the right heel. Bring the right hand over your head. So you're pulling to 2 directions like we did yesterday. Open your chest up. Don't get your ribs up too much. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, straighten the left leg, Trikonasana. Again, the left sit bone is towards the right heel. Looking towards your right palm. Inhale. Exhale, find that direction. Go deep in your inhalation towards the left sit bone, towards the tailbone. Press it towards the right heel. On the inhalation, lift up. Bring your hands to your hips, turn your left foot in, right foot up, out, bend the left foot and come to the front of the mat. If you have blocks on the mat, move them to the side. Come stand in come to Uttanasana. So we're standing in our legs, hip distance, lift both hands up, and then exhale, bring your hands forward, down, and then spread them to the side. Fingertips are pointing to different direction, and just open your hands as much as you can to the side. Press your heels to the mat, lift your front butt, your front leg. Exhale, release deeper. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, come forward. 1 more breath. Inhale, exhale. Hands to the mat, walk, step or jump. Chaturanga, our knees, chest, chin. Upward facing cobra. And then into downward facing dog. Jump to the middle of the mat. Malasana, sitting into the pose. So if you can't get your heels to the mat, take something that you've prepared, like a blanket or a booster, so that you can place your heels on something, okay? Because you want to find that connection again to the foot, to lifting the back leg, pressing down the heel, the big toe, the pinky toe. So bring your hands forward, release your head to the mat as much as possible. And then bring your hands behind you, come sit. Upavisthikonasana, so we're sitting in a spreaded legs. Bring one foot and then the other to the mat. With your hands, if you need to sit on something higher, take a pillow, block, bolster if you have, so that you can have less tension in your legs and you can spread them. Bring your hands behind your hips, lift and come forward with your pelvis. So you want to fill in your heels. אנחנו רוצים ממש שכל המשקל, when I explain the next two things, I want you to bring your hands behind so that you have the lifted chest, okay? As we're going to press the inner heels away. העקב הפנימי. And we're not just going to press from the inner heels. We're going to open from our pelvis, from our groins. ממש מתוך המפסעות לפתוח את הרגל עד אל העקב. So it's coming from deep inside, and it's not just the heels that's pressing. It's opening from the inner thigh, the inner groins, pressing away as much as possible. And as much as we're opening the inner groins, the front leg, the top leg is lifting inside, okay? This whole area. כל זה נכנס פנימה. So let's just keep there, and we're gonna go forward now. So walk your hands forward, lift your back body, lift your heart, lift your heart, lift your front body, exhale, walk forward. Until you've reached your maximum, just walk forward. So you're walking, on the inhalation, exhalation, you're staying there. Lift your chin, inhale, walking a little bit more, exhale, staying there. And always the important thing is to have awareness to your heels. So whenever you've gotten to that point that you can't come forward anymore, just go into your heels and stay there as much as you can. If you can, also try to straighten your hands. Can you put them maybe on that shelf, Mia? Yeah, and then, tighten the elbows. להדק את המרפקים, להדק את הזרועות. Very good. 2 more breaths. Inhale from your groins. Exhale, press the air out to your heels. 1 more time. Inhale, let the air come to your lower abdominal. Exhale, press the air out from your inner groins to your heels. And then slowly come up. Beautiful. And then bend 1 foot after the other into Baddha Konasana. 1 foot and the other, and then just first start by lifting your inner heels and pulling them towards you. כן, להרים עם האצבעות את העקב האחורי ולהביא את העקב אליי, and then bring your pelvis forward towards your feet, interlacing your fingers or holding your ankles, whatever is good for you. Get into your knees, pull them to the side, lift your front body, get the skin from your back to come down. Tuck your spine inside. The spine is lifting. Very good. So release and come facing the front of the mat. Again, we're just going to stand up in Uttanasana. And what we're going to do is Ardha Chandrasana, but we're going to get into that a little bit different. So come stand in the middle of the mat in Uttanasana. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So first take your left hand a little bit in front of you and in a 30-degree on the left side. יד שמאל מעבר לרגל שמאל, בזווית. Lift your front body, shift the weight to the left hand and the left foot, and then lift the right heel back. Open the right heel from the groins, like we did now on the mat. אנחנו דוחפים את עצם הישיבה, אנחנו דוחפים את המפסע הימנית עד לעקב הימני. Lift your front body, press your left sit bone towards the left heel. And then if you want to, maybe you can lift your right hand up. Again, work from what we just did. When we were sitting and spreading the feet to the side, you were doing that. Bring your right hand to the mat, bring your right foot down. Uttanasana. Bring your head forward, release. Spread your hands to the side. Then bring your right hand forward and on the right side. Yad yamin kadima v'30 מעלות, like a 30-degree angle on the right side. Lift your front body. That's foremost important. להרים את הגוף הקדמי, להעביר משקל לרגל ימין, weight is coming to the right heel. From the left groin, lift the left heel back. From the right groin, press the right heel to the mat. And then spread to the both sides. Just like we were doing when we were sitting. Lift your front body. Make sure that the right tailbone or the right sit bone, is pressing towards the right heel. The left is open. Lift your left hand if possible. If not, you can leave it on your hip. Very good. Bring your left hand to the mat, left foot to the mat. Uttanasana. Last time, release your hands to the side. Hands to hips, lift your chin, chest, and come up forward. Come to standing to the front of the mat. Come stand for a moment in Tadasana. And again, bring that awareness to the inner groins, to the sit bones, to the tailbone. Press them to the mat. Lift your front body up. Lift your hands up, come up, stretch up. Exhale, come forward and down. Straight back, trini. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hands to the mat, walk, step, or jump. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing or cobra. Stand on your hands. Lift your heart. Tuck your mid spine in. And then into downward facing dog. This will be the last dog of the practice today. So see how much awareness you have in your legs, as we were doing a lot of poses that were a lot about understanding or trying to bring more awareness to the legs. And the awareness that we're trying to bring is getting deeper and deeper from the very gross and very not settled to much more settled differences. Maybe you understood a little bit today, maybe you understood a lot. Maybe just something. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and jump forward into sitting in Dandasana. Or you can walk or step. So shift the weight from your sit bones to the back and the side. Pressing both hands to the mat, press your heels away from you. Lift your heart. Lift both hands up, and then exhale, come forward and down. Lift your heart, tuck your shoulder blades back, and then release your forehead down to the mat. Come up, bring your right foot into Janu Shirshasana. The sole of the feet is pressing the left thigh, the heel is in the groin. Turning towards the left foot, lift both hands, and then come forward and down. Right knee is pressing to the mat, right sit bones can lift, and then bringing your face over towards your left foot. It's a very relaxing pose. Try to stay there a little bit more. And the idea here is to really allow the front body to come towards the left foot. So see if you can also kind of lift your left stomach, your left tummy, and bring your right stomach towards your left thigh. And then see also if you can bring your right knee a little bit more to the side. Maybe you've opened a little bit more space in your side body, and you can allow the breath to come there. Slowly coming up. Bring the right foot back into half Virasana, half warrior. Shift the weight, shift the flesh, and bring the heel towards the hips. If you want to sit on something a little bit higher on your left thigh, lift both hands up and then come forward and down. So you want to allow both of your groins, both of your sit bones to be parallel as much as possible. And see what happens on the back of the right foot for this to happen. And the left foot, the straight foot, feeling the heel. Whenever you feel kind of lost in the pose, always a good tip to kind of look at your feet. When you're sitting, when you're standing, what's going on in your feet? Where is the heel? Where is that center of the heel? How much you can pull into that? And then slowly coming up. Release that height if you've brought it, and then bring the right foot in half Padmasana. So the outer edge, holding from the outer edge, lifting, and then bringing the foot on the thigh. When the toes are coming outside of the thigh. Bring your hands to your hips, lift your hip, and then bring your right knee a little bit more to the mat. Release your hips down without lifting the knee, as if possible, okay? And then turning towards the left foot, lift both hands up, and then come forward and down. So the tension that the right foot is doing on the left, in the left muscle, it has waves. You should look at the wave. You should see it, like address it. Yes, there is pain right now, but I'm focused in my inhale and exhale, trying to find that center of the left heel and feel it with breath. So the left sit bone is opening to the inner heel. And then coming up. Very good. So now we're going to do Matsyasana 1. So if you want to sit on something a little bit higher, we're lifting the right hand up. Sorry, the right hand up, and then bringing it forward, interlacing with the right hand, the right foot, and then holding with the left hand behind. So lift your front body, press your right sit bone towards the right heel, the left sit bone towards the left heel, and then bring your heart forward and down towards the left foot. And just release there a little bit more. And come up. So straighten the right foot. Sit for a moment in Dandasana. Try to feel the difference in awareness in your breath between right and left. Leave the right foot straight and then the left foot in Janu Shirshasana. So the sole of the feet is on the left, is on the right thigh. The heel is on the left groin. If you can't reach and it makes your feet over pointy, then bring the heel towards the right thigh. כן? אנחנו לא רוצים להגיע למצב שהרגל יותר מדי מותחת. So if it's too much, then just put the whole foot on the right thigh. כן? אבל אם אפשר, לפעמים זה לוקח זמן. So turning towards the right foot, lift both hands up, and then come forward. Walk with your hands, lift your front body, tuck your back body inside, and then walk forward and release down. So again, the left belly button is coming, the left belly is coming towards the right thigh, the right belly is coming up towards the ceiling. Slowly coming up. And then bring the left foot behind you into half virasana. So lift the flesh and bring the heel close to the sit bone. Bring something a little bit higher underneath your right buttocks so that your two sit bones are kind of squared down. Press the right heel away from you. And then you can lift your hands and come forward or just walk forward. Choose whichever way you feel is allowing you to come deeper. And when we're talking about deeper, it's not necessarily deeper with the forehead towards the toe, it's deeper with the hips. And so you want to really allow your back to come as much deep as forward as possible. And again, we're working on the inner groins today. So how much you have awareness here also to your inner groins, and how much you have that straight, direct line between your inner groin, your right inner groin to the right heel. And come up. Release the left foot. And then bring it in half Padmasana. So right hand is holding the foot from the outer edge, lifting and pressing the foot on the right thigh. The toes are outside of the thigh. Press the heel away from you and then choose again, either from the lifting or from the walking. Choose whichever way is good for you in the best way for you to get deeper into your forward bend. Tuck your back spine inside, your middle spine inside. Release your head down. Feel the connection between the sole of the feet and your tummy. כן, תנסו להגיע עם הבטן אל הירך, אל הכף רגל. And then breathe there. See, feel, notice the movement. Nothing is static, nothing is not changing. Even if you're standing in the pose now for 3 minutes, can you absorb all the little changes that are happening? Also in your mind. If your mind is not allowing you to go deep in your body, then notice it. What is it? Don't try to fix it. Just notice, just see, okay, this is where I am right now. And then maybe you can go deep in your body. Sometimes. Lift up. Step the left foot. You can sit on something a little bit higher. Matsyasana 1. So bring the heel as much as you can close to your hip. Extend the right foot from the right inner groin. Lift the left hand up and then bring it forward. Wrap it around the left foot. The right hand comes back. Connection to the heels, lifting your front ribs, your front body, and then exhale. Bring your forehead towards your right foot. And then slowly coming up. Very good. Come forward, tuck your stomach, hold your legs and bring your forehead towards your knees. And again, we're gonna do like we did this whole week, pressing into Lola Asana from the middle of the spine, so that you're gonna come up either to option 1, 2, or 3, but with awareness to your spine. So we're pressing like 2 little hands, pressing the middle of the spine inside. Okay, so choose whichever option. You can start from here and just slowly and gradually decide if this feels good for you. Oh, my back just went out. Can I hold it? No, I'm just going to do it this until I feel that I can hold it. And then I can straighten my hand. Tucking the spine inside and up, but the flesh of the back is pulling down. Okay, האור בגב יורד בין השכמות, דרך עמוד השדרה עד לעצם הזנב, אבל מרכז עמוד השדרה נכנס פנימה ולמעלה. So we're lifting the spine up. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring your roll up into a ball. And then roll front and back. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you quickly because I can't do reverse poses. So this is option one, Halasana, and then Savanasana. Option two is Shirshasana, headstand. If you don't know it, then don't do it. If you can't do those poses, then we're gonna do Supta Padangusthasana. So pressing the right heel away from you and then holding there. So choose whichever option is good for you. I'm going to do Supta Padangusthasana and just get into that. So again, in Supta Padangusthasana, we're pressing the right heel towards the left, the right sit bone towards the left heel. If you're doing Shirshasana, go to Shirshasana and then do Upavisthikonasana in Shirshasana, meaning we're spreading the feet to the side. Open, and open, open. Bediuk. And again, from the inner groins, ממרכז המפסעות, לפתוח את הרגליים החוצה. Whoever's doing Supta Padangusthasana, the one leg that's up, lift the front leg, open and spread the back leg. If you're doing Upavisthikonasana, in Shirshasana or Savanasana, bring the sole of the feet together, heel to heel, and get the heel as much as you can close to your groins. Like Baddha Konasana, Bediuk, Bediuk, Meule. And get the heel close to you as much as possible. Bring it down, Bediuk, Yofi. And breathe there. And then straighten the feet up again. Padangusthasana, reverse the legs. So now the left foot that's up, the heel's pressing. And then release down. Very good. So come lying on your back. Bring your heels to the mat. Bring your fingers towards your heels. Make sure that your shoulders are spread on the mat, that your spine is completely flat on the mat. And then lift on an inhalation. Bring air into your whole body. Like notice how it's coming on all the way down to your pelvis. And then on the exhalation, lift your tailbone and lift one vertebra after the other, all the way to your shoulder blades. And then when you take an inhalation, you let the air come inside and you're slowly coming down. We're gonna do this 2 more times. And notice how much your tailbone and how much your groins, you have awareness there today. So can you maybe lift from there and not from your buttocks? It's really easier to just close the muscles of the buttocks and lift up. כן, אנחנו לא רוצים להתרומם בגלל שהטוסיק נדחס פנימה, שהשרירים של הטוסיק נדחסים. אנחנו רוצים להתרומם מהשרירים היותר עמוקים. So there is more awareness to releasing the thick muscles, the loudest muscles, the strongest muscle, releasing them. It's also a work, כן? לשחרר איזשהו תפיסות או מחשבתית או דעתית שכבר קיימת שם הרבה מאוד זמן, הרבה יותר קשה מאשר להתוות דרך חדשה. So just slowly, if you feel like you can go to the full pose, bring your hands in the side of your ears and then lift from your groins, shift the weight to the top of your head and bring yourself forward. Press from your inner groins to the heels. and release down. Bring your knees to your chest, round your back. Bring your knees to the right side, looking over to the left. And then to the left side, looking over to the right. So the last pose we're going to do today before pranayama and shavasana is going to be setuban, which is bridge. If you have some sort of a height, you can bring it underneath your tailbone and then interlace your hands around it so that your shoulder blades are pressing down, and then straighten your hands down. If you don't have a block or a bolster also, you can use the wrists and then put them on your shin bone and the two sides of your spine. Then wrap your spine, make sure that your elbows are tucked in, and then straighten your feet. So try to hold it there, and then bring awareness to your feet. Again, the back foot is lifted to the ankles, to the shin bone, to the knees, to the thighs. The front thigh is pressing back to the back thigh. The back thigh is pressing down, opening the back knees, the back shin to the heel. Spreading the outer edge of your shoulder blades. Open it. Try to get that connected to the mat. ממש לפתוח את השכמה הקדמית אחורה. את הכתף הקדמית. And then step your feet. If you have the block there, then maybe you can press your buttocks to the block like 3 times to release tension. And then come to lying in Shavasana for pranayama breath. If you have a pillow, put it underneath your spine. And if you have something for your neck also, like a blanket, put it on your behind to kind of give support to the back of your head, but also support to your neck. When you're lying down, step your feet for a moment, lift your buttocks. With your hands, pull your sit bones down, and then release your feet back down to the mat. Do the same thing with your neck, holding your neck, lifting up, pulling the back of your head back, and spreading your neck to the blanket or to the pillow or to the mat. Bring your hands on your shoulder blades, and then release your hands down so that the back is really spread as much as you can. And then just first kind of make the pave, I want to say, is like how you need to, you'll figure it out. So first take a deep inhalation and just allow the breath to kind of discover new horizon in your body. From the point underneath your belly button, get that point kind of aware, breathing towards there. Breathing towards your whole pelvis, all the way to your lower ribs, and then to the ribs and diaphragm, and then to the front chest, to the arm, underneath the armpits. Bring air into this whole torso, and then exhale. Again, inhale, exhale, getting deeper and wider and brighter. See if your legs are also responding to this. Maybe your legs are kind of learning all the things that we've done today. And you can just see that or observe that, appreciate that. Like see whatever the effects, good effects that the poses are giving you. It's part of the things that we don't initially intend for, but sort of just happen. And then Viloma 1, so you're exhaling in 3 stages. First stage will be to the lower pelvis, second stage to the diaphragm region, and then third space to the chest. Between each pause, between each phase, we're pausing, and then 1 deep exhalation, long and deep from the lower abdominal, underneath the belly button, cleaning everything out in 1 time. So let's take a deep exhalation first. And then inhale, lower region, pause. Inhale, ribs, mid region, pause. Inhale, chest, top, feel it to the depth, pause. And then 1 deep, long exhalation. Inhale and exhale. Exhalation. And then inhale, pause. Inhale, pause. Inhale fully. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Surprise yourself. Find new ways, new horizon. Exhale. Breathe normally 2-3 times. And now we're going to do the same thing, only on an exhalation. So exhaling, pause, exhaling, pause, exhaling, pausing. But from the lower region to the top, the same 3 regions. Only now we're doing a deep inhalation in 1 swoosh, and then exhaling in 3 regions. So exhale, and then inhale, pause. Sorry, I got diverse. Inhale fully, and then exhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Even if you feel like there's still breath there, in the last exhalation, sometimes try, there's always like a little bubble. So make sure that you take everything out, okay? 2 more times. Between them, taking normal breath. Looking at our body, responding. Taking 1 inhalation. Deep, long, full. And then exhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Exhale fully. Pause. Even maybe try another small exhalation. Maybe something is going to come out. And then inhale. 2 more breaths. Normal breathing. Inhale fully. And then exhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. And then just release to Shavasana. Try not to move too much if possible. You want to put something on your eyelids. Look inside your heart. Find that radiating, lighting, illuminating light that's coming from there. Connect to that. Surrender to that. Slowly roll to the right side, right hand underneath your head. And slowly come to sitting. Bring your hands in front of your heart, prayer position. Saying Om together one time to seal the practice. Inhale. שורש כף היד אל המצח וחזרה אל הלב. נודה על כל מה שיש ומה שאין, על היכולת ללמוד ולתרגל יוגה. נודה לכל המורים שלנו שהביאו אותנו לכאן ולכל המורים שעוד בדרך, בכל תחום שלא יהיה. נאחל לכל היצורים להיות חופשיים, שמחים, מאושרים, בריאים, אהובים ואוהבים. תודה רבה, יוגה מודרה, guys. תודה רבה רבה. Thank you very much. I hope this practice finds you good. I hope you guys have a nice weekend. Meet you back on Sunday with a new time. If you're going back to work next week, take it easy, be safe. Be safe, that's the most important, and continue to practice so you have the way to kind of fight everything that's coming inside with good intentions. If you like this practice, then please share it whichever way you can. If you want to bring any sort of donation, dana, the kindness of the heart, then my information is listed on my page. Thank you very much. Have a great day.